Hi there all, and welcome down to episode 10 of our 10-part series in which we're helping landlords get ready for the changes which are coming in the Renters' Right Act. We thought we'd just take this final episode and just talk about kind of the three main kind of phases in which to be ready for as a landlord. Obviously, the past 9 episodes, which you can go look back on, is phase 1, in which that will be coming into place on the 1st of May this year. So only probably you're watching this, and it may well be next week or even this week that those big changes come in. Phase 2, Paul, end of the year potentially.
Phase 2, yeah. So there is the PRS database that we wanted to talk about, which is the database where every landlord needs to register themselves and all of their properties.
PRS?
Private rental sector, yeah. And future tenants, i.e. applicants, will be able to access that. So a bit like a portal.
Yep.
You know, a bit like one of the property portals like Rightmove and Zoopla. They'll be able to log on with the unique reference number that the landlord would have that would need to be put on all marketing data. So if you're sitting at home scrolling through agents' websites, go, that's a nice property. Where's the unique reference number? Put it into the portal. You can bring up the landlord's details. So the landlord's name, the landlord's address, probably not the telephone number and email. That's to be confirmed, but it's unlikely. And a list of the properties. The gas safety certificates, when they expire, the EPCs, the EICRs, all that lovely stuff. And then there'll be a list of any breaches.
Okay, they're the main
ones, yeah. So any local authority breaches for maintenance, is there Section 11 breaches where the landlord's had action taken against them. And the idea of that being is that the tenant can look at that and go, well, that's a lovely property. Don't like that landlord. It looks like they're not a good landlord.
So do we know far enough yet that you say you get a login detail and you pop that into there? Will that show every property that landlord is under ownership of, or will it only show?
It may only show that
about
that's not
that property.
Yeah, that's not clear. Because the unique reference number is not. I'm not sure if it's linked to the landlord or if it's linked to the property. I suspect it's linked to the property, so they're going to bring up the details of that particular property. Because why would they need to see? If you've got multi-landlord, they've got 400 properties.
Yeah.
We're sitting there scrolling forever.
Yeah.
So I think from a common sense perspective, it will be just that property. But there will be a fee attached to the landlord registering, and that fee will be per property.
Okay.
All right. It will be an annual fee. We don't know what that fee will be yet. Government advised that the fee they charge will just be used to fund the database, but it may start low, but it will probably go up every year.
I think in a way that the idea of it is quite good in terms of it shows if a landlord has been doing anything that they should be doing.
Yeah. I
think that element's brilliant, but I do think that the fact that it may well have the landlord's name and address on it, I feel that is GDPR and everything like that. I don't think that's a fair reason.
You can get the name and address from the land registry.
Yeah.
If you wanted to pay for it, so it's in the public domain. Certainly the telephone number and email addresses, and hence the reason I don't think they will be included. However, what essentially the PRS database is going to be is a shopping list for the local authority.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, the local authority have to wait for tenants to report issues, and they have to go and find landlords. Now, all of a sudden, they've got a shopping list of every single landlord with every property within their area. They can look at that. They can see, the EPC's out of date, or the gas safety's out of date, or the EICR's not up to date.
Yeah. They've got a lovely CRM system.
It's essentially it's a shopping list for them. It's like, right, let's make a call. So all of a sudden, their job has become a lot easier, and that's been done on purpose, obviously, to try and push bad landlords into making sure that they have all of the necessary safety certificates. So that's the PRS database. Now, when does that come in? That's going to come in the tail end of this year. All right. Moving on a couple of years, we're going to have the landlord ombudsman. The landlords get confused between the PRS database and the ombudsman. Database is the database of properties and landlord. The ombudsman is basically an avenue for tenants to refer bad landlords should they need to make a complaint. Now, it's a legal requirement for us as agents. We have to register with an ombudsman. However, 80% of properties are self-managed. And that means that if a landlord isn't doing something, that tenant has nowhere to go. So now they can refer a situation to the ombudsman, and the ombudsman has the right to inflict a financial penalty on the landlord, or even a banning order, which basically means they can't let that property out. That's to come in a couple of years' time. There's secondary legislation that's required before that even comes in. Then moving on to 2030.
Which is phase 3, we're calling this.
Phase
bit
3
as such,
is EPCs. So EPCs will go to an EPC C rating.
Minimum C.
We are currently at an E. How the heck they're going to do that, I have no idea. They've already delayed the manner in which EPCs are reported and recorded. That was supposed to be, I think it was February this year. That's been delayed to the latter part of it. It wouldn't surprise me if that date was extended. It wouldn't surprise me at all. However, it's in the Act. 2030 EPC C rating. You then move on to 2035. Will we still have the same government in 2035? Possibly not. Who knows? But 2035 is when they introduce our Webb's Law and the Decent Homes Standard. Now, we won't go too much into this because it's a long time away and we will cover that off. But essentially what that means is it stipulates the age of a kitchen. It stipulates the age of a bathroom. It stipulates if a tenant reports a certain level of maintenance, it has to be acknowledged within timescales. It has to be instructed within timescales. It has to be completed within another timescale, and the tenant has to be communicated throughout that time period. And that's all set in rigid timescales.
A kitchen can only be 15 years old and then needs replacing, that kind of style of thing, isn't it? So it's another move on, isn't it? Really,
it is.
Front, I think.
We're not going to get too excited about phase 2 and 3 at this stage. There's an awful lot in phase 1 that we can get excited about. It may change. We don't know, especially the EPCC rating. I'll be very surprised if that comes through.
One thing, Paul, you mentioned about just jumping back to just the PRS really quickly. Obviously, you said it's a lovely playground for the local authorities now to get on there when that comes in. What if a landlord decided just not to register?
Okay, so if a landlord were not to register and they were to market a property for let, and they weren't advertising the unique reference number, so even if it's down a newspaper advert, Gumtree, a local notice board, or even if it's via an agent, put a property on the window on their website, on one of the national portals, then what would happen is that is a breach. That is a £7,000 fine. And if they continue to do that, that then goes to a £40,000 fine. And
I think they'll be fairly rigid on that front if people just don't bother to go on it, because that is a way around which I think poor landlords will be trying to not even have to register onto it and kind of do everything on their
local authorities,
word of mouth almost, to get new tenants, that kind of thing.
They can keep the fines now under the Renters' Rights Act. They don't go to central government. They are retained by local authority. So there is a good reason for them to investigate every eventuality to secure some funds. And we know that they will be on it. We also know that there'll be, just as we got at the moment, car finance. Have you had car finance since whenever 2007, whatever it is? We've already seen some companies spring up north who are contacting tenants to say, was your deposit registered? Have you got gas safety? Have you got an SCI? Have you been given this leaflet? When's the last time your landlord came round? Do you have any mould whatsoever? They've already started. Did you know, Mr. Tenant, you can get orders, 12 months rent back if your landlord hasn't maintained your property? And in areas where tenants are struggling, that's obviously very inviting, and it's on a no-win, no-fee basis. Why wouldn't they?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you will start to see more of those pop up. Helpful? No, I don't think so. But but you'll also start to see, again, the local authority are having to be more proactive to enforce this rather than reactive. So they will be doing a lot more to investigate landlords, and they can do that from the massive databases that they have, the council tax databases. They'll have access to HMRC databases. There is no hiding. I've heard lots of landlords and lots of agents trying to come up with.
I know that you've had you do a lot of tenancy health checks, and it's amazing the amount of tenancy health checks you do. And these are people that have openly wanted to speak to you about some things, and they've kind of, some of them have ended, and it's been like, well, I'll just carry on and wait until I get caught, kind of things. It's like, well,
it starts at £7,000, so I wouldn't. I would. I mean, the key thing with this legislation is that, look, it's a change. It's the biggest change that there's been for 30 odd years. But if you are a good landlord and you know and understand how to do things, you will be fine.
Yeah.
If you don't know and understand how to do things, appoint someone that does.
Yeah.
You know, if you
get that monkey off your back, that worry.
If you don't know and understand how to do accountancy to make you the most efficient person, you employ an accountant.
Yeah, indeed.
If you don't know the 170 pieces of legislation and how to ensure that you are compliant, then employ someone that does.
To do it. Yeah.
It really is that simple.
Yeah.
And I think what's happened is there's been landlords that just, I know how to do a gas safety, but a lot of them don't. There's a lot they still don't know.
Yeah.
And they will come a cropper.
The knowledge after the gas safety is about...
It drops off
a
little. It
drops off somewhat. Right to rent checks, X, Y, Z.
But they're not bad landlords.
No.
They let the tenants do what they want to do.
Yeah.
But again, it's just the admin side of things. But
Super stuff. Well, thanks, Paul, for joining me on these 10 episodes, and I hope that everybody at home has taken something away from it. We will be having another landlord seminar in the next few months, so please do let us know if you'd like to register for that. Anything else to add, Paul?
No, I think we've spoke about
most of it.
There's just evidence, due diligence, evidence, communication. That's the thing.
Super stuff. Well, remember, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel and our other socials. And if you have any questions or queries reference to sales, lettings, leasehold estate management, or anything in between, then please do give us a call and we'd love to help you out. So thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.